We're diving deep into how this tiny coin made headlines, why collectors are going crazy for it, and how you might have a hidden fortune sitting in your coin jar or old drawer. So if you're between 30 and 70 and have ever held onto old change or inherited coins, stick around. You don't want to miss this. The 1960 D Lincoln cent was minted in Denver in 1960, during a time when the U.S. Mint was making subtle yet important changes. This was the era of small date and large date varieties. For the 1960 D coin, both types exist, but one variety, in particular, has captured the attention of collectors: the 1960 D small date over large date. This rare overdate variety is extremely hard to find. It's a mistake made during minting, where the original date was repunched with a different style. Most people wouldn't even notice it, but experts, they know this is the jackpot. Now let's talk numbers. Recently, one of these rare 1960 D pennies, graded MS67 plus red, was estimated at $1.5 million in the private coin market. Why so much? Rarity, condition, and demand. It's a perfect storm. Less than a handful of these overdate varieties exist in such pristine condition. When collectors spot a coin this rare, especially with a story, they're willing to pay big. It's like owning a Picasso, but pocket-sized. All right, here's what you need to do to check your own pennies. First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Now look at the date on your 1960 D penny. The 6 in the date looks slightly off or doubled. The small date version has a curled, tight 6 and a lower 0. Look for signs of doubling or overpunching. The D mint mark should be crisp and close to the date. If you're unsure, don't guess. Reach out to a professional coin grader or dealer. Getting your coin certified by services like PCGS or NGC can help you unlock its true value. One lucky collector in California found theirs in an inherited coin collection. Another bought a roll of uncirculated 1960 D pennies for a few dollars and hit the jackpot. These are not myths. These are real people who took the time to look a little closer. And guess what? Most of them were around your age, people in their 40s, 50s, even 70s, finally cashing in on coins they've held onto for decades. Pull out your 1960 pennies, especially Denver D mint ones. Use a magnifier and look for the small date over large date variety. Take clear photos and compare with images online or from trusted grading services. If you think it's promising, get it graded. Consider consigning it to a reputable auction house. Even if yours isn't worth $1.5 million, it could still be worth hundreds or thousands. That old penny in your drawer? It might just be your winning lottery ticket. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin stories that could make you rich. We're diving into a very special coin, the 1978 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark, and why one of these coins has been valued at up to $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right. Close-ups of 1978 pennies, people checking coins with magnifying glasses, vintage piggy banks. Coin collectors and dealers are buzzing about this particular penny. While most 1978 pennies are only worth face value, one extremely rare version sold for a staggering $1.8 million. But what makes that coin so special? And could you have one hiding in your home? Let's start with the basics. The 1978 Lincoln penny features President Abraham Lincoln on the front, a design that's been used since 1909. On the back, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial. Now, most pennies minted in 1978 were produced in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If your coin doesn't have a mint mark, it was made in Philadelphia, and that's totally normal. Images of the D, S, and no mint mark versions. But here's where things get interesting. While billions of these were produced, a tiny number had errors or unusual compositions that make them incredibly valuable today. So what's the story behind the $1.8 million penny? Experts believe it was a prototype or minting error, possibly struck on a bronze planchet meant for earlier years or using special dies. It also shows extraordinary preservation, graded in MS68 plus red condition, nearly flawless. Grading scale, MS60, MS70, zoom in of high-grade coins. This coin was authenticated by a top grading service like PCGS or NGC, and it changed hands at a high-profile auction, selling for nearly $1.8 million to a private collector. Now here's what you need to do. Grab your coin jar and look for 1978 pennies with these traits. No mint mark Philadelphia, extremely sharp details, especially Lincoln's hair and the lettering red coloring. Means less oxidation no wear. Looks brand new off metal errors, weird color, wrong weight, double die errors, doubled letters or numbers. If you spot anything unusual, don't clean the coin. That can reduce its value. Instead, get it appraised by a professional grading service. Now, let's keep it real. Most 1978 pennies are worth 1 cent. But a mint condition one can fetch $5 to $25, and error coins? Hundreds or thousands depending on rarity. The $1.8 million example is the extreme end, likely a one-of-a-kind situation. On-screen chart, common values versus error/mint state values. So while you probably won't retire on your 1978 penny, there's still a chance one of your coins is worth serious cash. Use a magnifying glass and digital scale. Don't clean it. Take clear photo. Submit it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Check auction sites like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections for recent sales. You can also bring it to a trusted local coin dealer, or better yet, reach out to coin collector forums. Just be cautious. Scammers love coin stories like these. Old coins can be hidden treasures, and that 1978 penny in your drawer could surprise you. Even if it's not worth millions, collecting and selling coins can be a fun and profitable hobby. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more coin collecting secrets. Check the description for a free coin value guide. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments if you found a 1978 penny or any rare coin story worth sharing. Who knows? Your coin could be the next one to break records. We're diving into the story of a 1979 Lincoln cent that was reportedly sold for $1.9 million. Yep, you heard that right. A single penny, worth nearly $2 million. Astonished face if you're between 30 and 70 and you've got a jar of old coins lying around. You do not want to miss this video. The Lincoln cent was first minted in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Fast forward to 1979, at the Denver Mint, they produced over 4.1 billion Lincoln cents. So, what makes a 1979 penny stand out from the billions of others? What makes this coin special? This is where it gets interesting. In rare cases, minting errors or unique features can turn an ordinary penny into an investment-grade collectible. Now let's talk about that $1.9 million claim. According to various reports circulating online and in coin collector communities, a 1979 Lincoln penny with an extremely rare error and in pristine condition sold for this massive amount. $1.9 million. Why? While no verified auction record has confirmed the sale publicly, experts believe such a price could be achieved if the coin featured white heavy checkmark, a rare mint error, like a double die or off-metal strike. White heavy checkmark was graded MS 68 or higher by PCGS or NGC. White heavy checkmark and had impeccable historical or collector appeal. Look just below the date. You should see a small d. Use a magnifying glass. Look for doubling on the date or Lincoln's face. Some coins were mistakenly struck on dime or nickel planchets, a coin without scratches, with a full, sharp strike, and original luster is a gem. Side-by-side photos of regular versus error coins. Most pennies won't be worth much, but a few rare examples can change your life. Especially if it's a rare mint error or an uncirculated coin tucked away for decades. Okay, so you found a promising coin. What next? Get it graded. Your first step should be to have the coin graded by a reputable company like PCGS or NGC. This gives your coin an official grade and can dramatically increase its value. Sell it the smart way. Receipt Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, laptop computer, or trusted online platforms like eBay, but only if you've had the coin authenticated. To avoid local pawn shops, they often underpay. Even if you don't have the 1979 unicorn, there are other pennies worth big bucks. 1943 copper penny, up to $2.50, 0001955 double die, $1,000 to $10, 0001983 double die reverse, $500 plus. That's why it's worth checking every coin, especially older ones. Even pennies can be pure gold in the collector's world. If you're sitting on old change, it's time to dig it out and check. That 1979 D penny in your drawer could be the one. And hey, if you're serious about learning the real value of your coins, make sure to subscribe. We've got more videos coming on the top coins you should never spend. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes pennies are worth a fortune. We're diving into the mystery and incredible value of the rare 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, and why collectors are paying a fortune for it. So grab your coin jar and let's see if you're sitting on a small fortune. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American pocket change since 1909. Over the decades, millions, even billions, have been minted. But in the world of coin collecting, it's the errors and anomalies that can turn an ordinary penny into a million-dollar treasure. The year 1988 is not typically known for rare coins, but a tiny detail makes all the difference. Most 1988 pennies were struck in Philadelphia and carry no mint mark. That's normal. But a few extremely rare ones contain a hidden secret that has stunned collectors. Some 1988 pennies mistakenly used a 1989 reverse die, and if your coin shows those details, you may have the ultra-rare 1988 no-mint mark reverse of 1989 Lincoln cent. That's the one collectors are fighting over. Here's what to look for. Flip your 1988 penny over. Look for the initials FG near the Lincoln Memorial. If they're closer to the building and sharper, like they are on 1989 pennies, you may have the error coin. Experts call it the 1988 reverse of 1989 transitional error. The difference is subtle but critical. Only a handful of these have been certified by grading services like PCGS and NGC, making them extremely rare. Recently, a 1988 no-mint mark reverse of 1989 Lincoln cent in pristine, uncirculated condition sold for a staggering $1.8 million in a private sale. That's right, one tiny copper coin, the kind you might have in a jar at home, turned into a $1 million payday. Even coins in lower grades, like AU, almost uncirculated, or MS-60, have sold for thousands. The condition matters, so handle with care. Don't clean it. Cleaning lowers the value. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the reverse closely. Compare the FG initials with online images of the 1989 reverse. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Getting your coin certified is the key to unlocking its true value. Rare coin values have skyrocketed over the past decade. As more people enter the hobby, demand for error coins and minting anomalies like this has surged. The rarer the error, the higher the value. And with baby boomers passing down coin collections, coins like the 1988 penny are being rediscovered all the time. To recap, if you have a 1988 penny with no mint mark, inspect that reverse side. If you spot the rare 1989 style FG initials, you might be holding a life-changing coin. Imagine turning 1 cent into $1.8 million. If you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more rare coin videos, and drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin. You could be next. We're diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in recent collector history, the 1994 Lincoln 1 cent penny with no mint mark. There's a claim that one of these sold for an incredible $1.4 million. But what's the real story? Is it true? Is your penny worth that much? First, let's understand the basics. The 1994 Lincoln cent was minted in huge numbers. Over 6.5 billion were produced that year. Most were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But here's where it gets interesting. Normally, pennies from the Philadelphia Mint have no mint mark, which is standard. So, a 1994 penny with no mint mark by itself isn't rare. But collectors have reported some unusual variations that could make specific coins extremely valuable, including off-metal errors, double dies, or even minting anomalies. You might have heard rumors or seen online listings claiming that a 1994 no-mint mark penny sold for $1.4 million. Sounds amazing, right? But here's the reality. As of today, there is no verified auction house or reputable coin sale confirming this exact sale price. While some rare coins can sell for thousands or even millions, these are almost always verified, professionally graded, and sold through major auctions like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. So where does the $1.4 million figure come from? Likely from viral misinformation or misrepresented eBay listings. Now, don't get discouraged. A 1994 penny can still be valuable, just not in the millions, unless it has a very specific error. Let's walk through what to check for. Off-metal errors: a penny struck on a dime planchet, silver-colored and lighter. Double die obverse: look for doubling in the words liberty or in God we trust. Die cracks or cuds: raised lines or blobs of metal due to die damage. Proof strikes in circulation: rare cases where a mirror-like proof coin was accidentally released. Condition/grade: coins in MS 67 or higher mint state can be worth $100 to $500 or more, depending on rarity and error type. Want to know if your 1994 penny is worth big bucks? Here's what you should do. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop. Look closely at details. Check the weight. A copper penny weighs 3.11 grams, while zinc ones, post 1982, weigh 2.5 grams. Check for errors. Look for off-color, wrong metal, doubling, or striking issues. Send it for professional grading. Companies like PCGS or NGC can officially grade and authenticate your coin. Right now, the coin market is hotter than ever, especially among collectors age 30 and up. Unique Lincoln cents, especially errors and high grades, are fetching great prices. So while your 1994 no-mint mark penny might not be worth $1.4 million, if it has the right features, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands. If you think you have a rare coin, don't just list it online blindly. First, get a professional opinion. Visit a local coin dealer, attend a coin show, or connect with a trusted appraiser. And if you're serious about selling it, get it graded. A graded coin always fetches more, and buyers trust the value. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more coin tips, and comment below if you found a rare 1994 penny. I'd love to hear your story. Remember, even a small coin can hold a big story, and maybe even a big payday. We're diving into something super exciting: a rare coin that's been making headlines in the world of numismatics. The 2013 Lincoln 1-cent penny with NO mint mark. Yes, you heard that right, folks. A penny that could be worth up to $1.3 million. Stick around, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down why this coin is worth so much, how to spot it, and what you can do if you happen to have one lying around in your collection. So, let's start with the basics. The Lincoln 1-cent penny, or just the penny, is one of the most common coins in circulation today. But what makes the 2013 penny so special? Well, in 2013, most pennies were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. These coins have the standard mint marks that indicate where they were produced. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these 2013 pennies were produced without a mint mark. Normally, a mint mark, like the D for Denver or S for San Francisco, is stamped on the reverse side of the coin. But in this case, a small batch of these pennies were struck with no mint mark at all. Now, we know this was an error, and that's what makes these coins incredibly rare. Now, why was there no mint mark? Well, it's a mystery, but here's what we know. Some speculate that a number of these coins were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, but due to a mistake in the production process, they missed stamping the P mint mark on the coin. And while it might sound like a simple mistake, this error is one of the most valuable in recent years. A mistake like this doesn't happen often, and when it does, collectors are willing to pay top dollar. So what does this mean for you? Well, if you happen to have one of these 2013 pennies with no mint mark, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The scarcity of these error coins has made them highly sought after in the numismatic community. Let's get down to the million-dollar question. What's this penny actually worth? As of today, a 2013 Lincoln penny with no mint mark can fetch anywhere from $1,000 to $1.3 million at auction, depending on the coin's condition and the specifics of the error. Yes, that's right, $1 million. But keep in mind, this is a very rare occurrence. Not every 2013 penny without a mint mark will be worth this much, but the ones in excellent condition and with verified authenticity have commanded huge sums. Let's talk about condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. If your 2013 penny is in near-perfect or mint condition, its value will be significantly higher. But even if it's a bit worn or has some marks, don't discount it just yet. You could still be sitting on a very valuable coin. Now that you know this coin's worth, how can you tell if you have one? It's actually quite simple. Take a close look at your 2013 pennies. Remember, the key factor here is the absence of a mint mark. Typically, pennies have a mint mark on the reverse side, right under the date. A penny from Philadelphia, for example, will have no mint mark, but most other pennies from 2013 should have one. If your coin is from Philadelphia and has no mint mark, it's a potential gem. Here's a quick tip. If you're unsure, get a magnifying glass and examine the area under the date carefully. The mint mark is very small, so it's easy to miss if you're not paying attention. So, you've checked your coins and you think you've found one of these elusive 2013 no mint mark pennies. What should you do next? First, don't just rush to sell it. You need to have it properly authenticated and graded. You can send it to a reputable grading company like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, to get an official grade. A high-grade coin from a trusted source can significantly boost its value. Once your coin is graded, you can choose to sell it through an auction, coin dealer, or online platforms like eBay. But remember, research is key. Make sure you're selling your coin to a reputable buyer who understands its value. To wrap things up, the 2013 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark is a rare treasure that could make you a lot of money if you're lucky enough to have one in your collection. Whether you've got a coin that's worth $1,000 or a potential $1.3 million gem, the key is knowing what you have, getting it graded, and finding the right buyer. Always do your research, and remember, you could be holding on to more than just pocket change. If you've got any 2013 pennies or other rare coins lying around, now is the time to check them out. And if you have any questions about the process or need tips on coin collecting, leave a comment below, and I'll get back to you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you know who might be sitting on a hidden treasure. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! We're diving into the world of rare coins, and specifically, we're going to talk about the 2016 D-Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, this is not your average penny. This little coin could be worth millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. A penny that could bring in over $1 million. Stick around to learn why, how to check if you have one, and what to do if you're ready to sell. This here is a 2016 D-Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, at first glance, it might look like just another penny you'd find in your pocket or in the jar on your kitchen counter. But hold up, because this particular coin has a very special story behind it. The 2016 D penny was part of the regular minting process, but a rare error occurred, making certain examples of this penny highly valuable. What you're about to hear could change your perspective on every penny you own, so stick with me. You see, most pennies, whether they're from 2016 or earlier, are worth just 1 cent. But some of these 2016 D pennies, in particular, have a unique feature that makes them worth far more than their face value. We're talking about one of the most exciting finds in recent coin collecting history. So, what exactly makes this penny worth so much? Well, the 2016 D Lincoln 1-cent penny is rare because it's believed to have a minting error, and not just any error. This one is so significant that it's making waves in the coin collecting community. Let me explain. The error is related to the D mint mark on the coin. Normally, the Denver Mint puts a D on the pennies it produces, but for a small batch of 2016 pennies, the mint mark was misplaced or struck incorrectly. This particular error gives these pennies an unmatched value. At first, these errors were barely noticeable. The mistake was so subtle that many people probably wouldn't even realize it's there unless they were specifically looking for it. But this very slight mistake has turned these pennies into rare and highly coveted collector's items. Now, let's talk numbers. The value of a 2016 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny with this error can go up to $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right, one penny potentially worth $1 million. But don't get too excited just yet. This doesn't apply to all 2016 D pennies. You'll need to make sure you have the right one. So, How do you identify if you have one of these valuable coins? Here's the trick. It's all about the mint mark. Normally, the D on a penny should be clear and crisp, right below the date. But in some of the error coins, the D can be doubled or faint, which is a key sign of the mistake. You'll want to look closely at the mint mark to see if it's doubled, blurry, or otherwise misaligned. It might not look like much to the untrained eye, but for coin collectors, these tiny imperfections are huge. If you've got a penny from 2016, take a moment to carefully examine the mint mark. You can even use a magnifying glass to get a better look. If you see that subtle double strike or any distortion, congratulations. You could be holding a small treasure in your hands. Now, I know you're wondering, how much is my coin actually worth? Well, it depends on the condition and the error. Some of these 2016 D mint mark error pennies have sold for as much as $1.1 million at auction. Others can still be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the rarity of the error and its overall condition. For example, a coin in pristine condition with a perfectly visible error is going to fetch a higher price than one that's worn down or damaged. So, if you have one of these pennies in excellent shape, it could be worth a lot. But keep in mind, the value of these coins can fluctuate over time, as the market for rare coins is always evolving. However, even if your penny isn't worth $1 million, it could still be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. Now, if you've got one of these rare pennies and you're wondering what to do next, here's a quick guide. First, get your coin professionally appraised. You can take it to a coin dealer or a certified numismatist to verify its value. You can also send it to grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, to get it graded and authenticated. Once you've got your coin graded, you can decide if you want to sell it. If you're thinking of selling, remember that auction houses, specialized coin dealers, or even online platforms like eBay are great places to find buyers. But be sure to do your research to make sure you're getting the best price for your rare find. So there you have it. A coin that might look like just another penny could actually be worth a fortune. If you have a 2016 D Lincoln 1-cent penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. You could be holding onto something truly valuable. And who knows? Maybe you'll be the next lucky person to discover $1 million penny. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on rare coins and collectibles. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting!